Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. A very good afternoon to everyone. Today, the Astika Darshana, last Darshana, I am going to engage, that is Uttara Mimamsa or Vedanta Darshana. So, Vedanta Darshana, as we know, the name itself, Veda Anta, end of the Vedanta. So, in last class, we studied about the Mimamsa Darshana. No? Before that, we studied about the Vedas. So, 4 types of Vedas and categorized like Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. So, Karma Kanda is mainly rituals, worships, everything we are learning in the Purva Mimamsa for the purpose of the Moksha Prapti. Because all the darshanas having the aim of that Purushartha Siddhi. The main aim is Moksha Prapti, the last Purushartha, that is Moksha Prapti. So to get a moksha, according to Mimamsa Darshana, it is like a karma. The karmas we are doing, the Yajna Agadi karmas, and Nitya Naimitika karmas, the Shubha karmas, to get a moksha prapti. These are things we have to follow. Main thing related to rituals, worships, prayers to the God. All these things we are studying in the Purva Mimamsa. So this is about the Karma Kanda. So this is the earlier part of the Vedas. The later part of the Vedas are the Jnana Kanda. Jnana Kanda, here only getting the true knowledge, realization of the truth. The Brahma Jnana, what we call, the absolute supreme soul knowledge. That realization will learn in the Jnana Kanda, that is Veda Anta, at the end of the Vedas, the Aranyaka part in Upanishads where we studied, no? So there we are getting the almost everything, how we can get the truth of the life. All those things we study in the Vedanta Darshana. So Vedanta Darshana can be also named as the Brahma Mimamsa, Vyasa Tantra, because it is written by the Vyasa Maharshi, the Veda Vyasa Maharshi, who already wrote the epic Mahabharata. So he is also known as the Badarayana. So that's why this is also named as Vyasa Tantra. And Sharirika Mimamsa, Vedanta Vakya Mimamsa. These all are the synonyms of Vedanta Darshana. So Upanishads are considered as the base for this Vedanta Darshana. We get the many doubts and clarifications which are explained in the Upanishads in the Vedanta Darshana. So when we see the Itihasa here, so Badarayana Vyasa, he is the propounder of this Vedanta Darshana. He is the son of the Parashara Putra, Muni he is. And he wrote the Brahma Sutra, which is explaining very elaborated explanation about the Jnana Kanda, through which we will get the knowledge, the absolute truth of the life. This is known with the help of this Brahma Sutra, we will get the knowledge. So this is also known as the Bhikshu Sutra. Brahma Sutra is also known as Bhikshu Sutra. So the Veda Vyasa, he wrote this Brahma Sutra. It is consisting of 550 sutras in it. And also along with this, 8 other important bhashyas will get on this Brahma Sutra. So Brahma Sutra is very klishta words, because Sankshipta Rupa in a very high Sanskrit language it is written. The one layman can't understand this one. So for purpose to make everyone to understand this darshana importance, so 8 bhashyas, the important 8 bhashyas are written on this Brahma Sutra by the disciples of the Vyasa Maharshi. So this Brahma Sutra consisting of the 4 adhyayas in it. The 4 adhyayas with 4 pada each. The first adhyaya is Samanvaya Adhyaya. It explains about the Brahma, that is Spashta Brahma, Aspashta Brahma, the realization of the Parabrahma. Like that, everything related to Brahma Jnana will study in the first adhyaya, that is Samanvaya Adhyaya. Avirodha Adhyaya, it is explaining about the Smruti Vada, Tarkavada, Mahabhuta, Srishti Utpatti, Jiva, Indriya Vishaya, all the Shruti Vishayaka Pariharas, everything we learn in this Avirodha Adhyaya, that is second chapter of Brahma Sutra. And Sadhana Adhyaya, third chapter, it explains the Vidhi Vidhanas to achieve this, the main Moksha Prapti aim, truth realization of Brahma Jnana. So all those things explained in the Sadhana Adhyaya. The Sadhana, with the help of tools, how can we get Moksha Prapti? All those things we study in Sadhana Adhyaya. Then last one is Phala Adhyaya. Phala means the Karma Phala, because of our Shubha, Ashubha, Papa, Punya. So what karma we are enjoying in this Ihaloka and even Paraloka, Swarga Prapti and all way known. So everything it's depend on the our karma. So that phala, how the fruit we are getting because of our karma, we are studying in this Phaladaya. So Brahma Sutra mainly it is having 4 chapters. So mainly all the concepts which help us to know the realization of the absolute truth of the life. So other important books written by the Vyasa Maharshi are Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. These three, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra are called as Prasthana Trayis. So these are the very important granthas. So this, when we see the Vedanta Darshana, like other Darshana, it is not having only one propounder and many explanations. So when we see this Vedanta Darshana, many branches we can see here. So that many branches of the Vedantas are Advaita, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita and Shuddha Advaita. The 5 branches are mainly, very importantly, we will study in the Vedanta Darshana. Among these 5, this one, so Vedanta, the Advaita Vedanta got very popular and very famous in the day-to-day life. Even so many people are followers of Shankaracharya. So Advaita Darshana is written by the Shankaracharya, Dvaita Darshana Madhvacharya, Vishishtadvaita Ramanujacharya. And here Ramanujacharya is from the 11th century. He believed that absolute substance is the only one. Also admits special variants in the Advaita concepts. He also believed the Advaita concepts only, but the absolute special, that Vishishtata of the Ishvara, he explained. He gave more importance to Visheshtata of that. That's why it is named Vishishta Advaita. So Advaita means single. So the Jiva, usually when we study the Prakriti and Purusha, 2 concepts, no, they also believed as both are not different, they are one only. So that's why Advaita, but he gave special soul, Ishvara. That's why it is named as the Vishishta Advaita. So he is a Ramanujacharya from Tamil Nadu. His tattvas of that Ishvara Tattva, Chit and Achit, the 3 concepts he explained. Ishvara is Antaryami, Chit means Jiva, which is present in the Ihaloka. Achit is the Prakriti, that is Jada Tattva. So these 3 concepts he explained, but everything is one only, like that he also explained. Gave importance to Ishvara Tattva. He is the person because of whom everything is present, like that he also believed and gave importance to one Tattva only, that is Ishvara Tattva. So he told about the Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Bheda for the getting the Nishreyasa, that is Moksha Prapti. So this is about the Vishishtadvaita of the Vedanta 1 branch. The next comes the Shuddha Advaita. Shuddha Advaita, it is written by the Vallabhacharya. He is from Andhra, also 15th century common era. He also comes in the, basically even though he is from the Andhra Pradesh, he preached this Shuddha Advaita Tattva, the Darshana in the North India. The North India will get some of the people who are followers of Shuddha Advaita till now. He believed the Lord Vishnu is the absolute soul. How the Ishvara or Parabrahma, like that in other darshanas we studied, no? But here in Shuddha Advaita, they gave importance to Lord Vishnu. They said as the Lord Vishnu is the absolute truth. So this is about Shuddha Advaita. And Dvaita Advaita. Dvaita Advaita, this is written by the Nimbarkacharya from 15th century common era only. He is also from the Andhra Pradesh. Vedanta Parijata Saurabha is his Bhashya on Brahma Sutra, because Brahma Sutra is the main important grantha written by the Badarayana Vyasa. He is the main proponent of the Vedanta Darshana. No? So Dvaita Acharya, that is Nimbarka Acharya, he wrote Bhashya on Brahma Sutra. So that Brahma Sutra, in this he gave countering to the arguments of Sri Shankaracharya. So because of this thing, he never explained any new things in this Darshana, Vedanta Darshana. That's why some of the people who are Vedanta followers not consider Dvaita Advaita as the separate Darshana. So these are the very 5 important branches of the Vedanta Darshana. So now I am taking the Advaita Darshana individually because it is more popular one. Advaita Vedanta, Advaita. So Dvaita means two, no? Dvaita. So Advaita, it is not two, it is only one, like that. So Advaita, main propounder is actually, we come to know that Sri Shankaracharya is the propounder of this Advaita Siddhanta. But when we see the history, so Guru Gaudapada, he is the Parama Guru of the Sri Shankaracharya. He propounded this. He preached about the Mayavada, Ajativada. So about the Advaita Siddhanta. This is explained first by the Guru Gaudapada. So from Guru Gaudapada it came to Govinda Bhagavat Pada. From Govinda Bhagavat Pada Acharya to Sri Shankaracharya. So this is the actually sequence. In this manner Advaita Siddhanta came in the this Indian philosophy, Darshana, what we are studying. But when the Shankaracharya came in the limelight, because he mainly gave importance and preached it everywhere. He tried to give us so many proofs so that everyone started believing it and they started following this Darshana. That's why Shankaracharya is considered as the propounder of the Advaita Siddhanta. So he wrote the three bhashyas, that is Brahma Sutra, Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita. On the three Prasthanatrayi, what we call, no, on these three he wrote a bhashyas. So he is from the 8th century. He is from Malabar area of Kerala. So he is from the Nambudiri Brahmin family. He is a very famous, and for him we have a very beautiful shloka about Shankaracharya, that is Ashtavarshe Chaturvedi Dvadashe Sarvashastravit Chodashe Kritavan Bhashyam Dvashtrimsho Munir Abhyagat. So means at the age of 8 years only he read all the Chaturvedas, what we know, this Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, all the 4 Vedas. At the age of 8 years only he completed. He got the knowledge of all the 4 Vedas. Ashtavarshe Chaturvedi Dvadashe Sarvashastravit. At the age of 12 years, along with the Veda knowledge, all the Darshana, other knowledge, Sarva Shastra which are present in the universe, everything he studied at the age of 12. Then Shodashe, at the 16 years, he started writing the Tikas, commentaries on the Darshanas or any Shastra, what he understand and what he wanted to preach from this other Shastras. So he started writing the Bhashyas. That's why all the three bhashas he wrote very beautifully. Till now they are very famous. And Dvatrimsho Munir Abhyagata. He became Muni at the age of 32. Means he took a sannyasa ashrama, and the very young age only he died. So this is the very beautiful quotation we will get in about the Shankaracharya. So other acharyas from this Advaita Siddhanta Darshanakaras are Mandana Mishra, Sureshwaracharya, Padmapada Acharya, Vachaspati, Sri Harsha and Vidyaranya Maharshis. All these comes in the Advaita Siddhanta Darshanas. So main thing here, like other darshana also, I am telling the same concepts like Tattva Mimamsa. In Tattva Mimamsa of Advaita, we are studying about their main Moola mantra is Advaita. There will be no two identities, only one is there. Like Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mityam. So Brahma alone is a Satya. Everything what is present all over this universe is very like Maya. It is like a illusion. It is a illusion created by the Brahma itself. So Brahma, he is the ultimate truth. He is the absolute truth. So once the person realized this truth, definitely there will be no rebirth and they will getting the moksha prapti. This is the theory, main moola tattva of the Advaita Siddhanta. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mityam. So Brahma is called as the supreme soul. So Atma is the Jnana Rupa and Jnata, both. He is a Jnana Rupa also and Jnata, knower of the other things also. Both he is like that. They will tell about the Atma concepts in the Advaita Tattva Mimamsa. And there will be no Prakriti and Purusha separate identity are there. Only Atma alone present, everything is Mithya, like that they used to believe. Everything is just a illusion. This is because of Maya, because of Tamo Avarana to the Manas. This is because of this only we are getting confused and we are believing I am separate, my friend is separate, all the universal, any creatures are, everything is separate. Like that we are because of Avarana covered on our mind. So when we'll get this Ekata Darshana, means when we realize the Advaita, then Amaratva Prapti will take. And Anekata, when we are still in the confusion state, everything is separate, individual like that, then definitely will get a Mrityu only. There will be again rebirth, that Janana Marana Chakra will continue like that. So Brahma Lakshana they gave in two methods, the Swarupa and Tatastha Brahma Lakshanas. So how you know about Atma? That is Swarupa means original Rupa, Swarupa. Then Tatastha means temporary. So for example here they gave one story. The one Brahmana person in a drama, he acted as a Kshatriya Raja and he fight against the enemies and he became a good king and very nicely he took care of the praja. Like that they, one story they have told to understand this Swarupa and Tatastha. So being a Brahmana person, but in a drama he is acted as a Kshatriya Purusha. So that till that drama remains, it will be like we are involved in seeing that drama, that this is the truth, that is really we are seeing all those things like that. In that mentality only we are seeing that one. So that is the Tatastha, that is only temporary. By in drama, even though he became a Kshatriya, in real life he can't be the Kshatriya, no? Originally his Swarupa is Brahmana, but only during that drama only he acted. That's why Swarupa is the original part. Thus Atma is the original one. The what in Jivatmas we are saying, it is just temporary. Because of our we are here, after that karma phala finish, we'll go back to the same, that supreme soul only. Like that they told the Brahma Swarupa in two ways, Swarupa and Tatastha Rupa. And when Brahma will combine with the Maya, he is called as Saguna Brahma, because along with the Maya, the illusion, he start creating the universe. Because of that illusion only all this place, like that they will tell. So that is called as Saguna Brahma or Apara Brahma. Usually para word if you see in the dictionary, para means Shrestha. The Paramatma, he is a Shrestha Atma. Apara Brahma, that is Apara means he is less lower. He is with the he is attached with the bandhana. That's why Apara Brahma, like that they used to call. The Utpatti, Sthiti, Laya, all these in this because of the Saguna Brahma only. Because it is associated with Maya, because of illusion. This is everything, Srishti, Sthiti, Utpatti, Laya, everything we are seeing because of that Brahma only. So this is the concept explained by the Tattva Mimamsa of the Advaita. So for this they explained about the Kara Karana Siddhanta also. Karya Karana Siddhanta, that is Karana is Sat, but Karya is Asat, because this word they mainly told Brahma Satyam Jagan Mityam. Brahma alone is a Sat, because of Brahma, when he combined with Maya, along with the Maya, he created this Mithya Prakriti, that is which universe he created is a Mithya one, that is Asat, which is not existing one. Because of our illusion we are saying it. So in Karya Karana Siddhanta they believed the Asat Karyavada, because from the Sat, Asat is taking place, like that they believed Asat Karyavada here. Transformation, what we see is just a illusion. It's like a Brahma only, of Brahma of the Manas, because of Tamo Avarana. So this theory is called as Vivarta. Vivartavada is the theory explained by the Advaita Vedanta Darshana. So Vivartavada means that is Brahma only. Because of illusion we are seeing the different things. Example, Rajju and Sarpa. Rajju is the rope, Sarpa is snakes. So in the darkness, by touching the rope, someone has felt that it is a snake and got feared or got scared and ran away from that place in the fear of snake may bite that person. So that Rajju is actually not a snake. It is not a Sarpa. That is, it is not Sat. It is Asat. Because of our that Andhakara, the Tamo Avarana, because of our illusion, we felt it as a as a Sarpa. Because of this our illusion, we misconcepted Rajju as a Sarpa. So this theory is called a Vivartavada. Like in Ayurveda, Hetvabhasa we study in Anumana Pramana, Hetuvat Abhasa, but actually it is not a Hetu. Like that. Even Shukti, if you see Shukti, because of that shiningness, some in the far away if we see, Someone may feel it as it is like a rajat, silver, it looks like a rajat. But it is also our mithya jnana. Because of our illusion, we are seeing Shukti as a rajat, Rajju as a sarpa. This is all vivarta, which is not right one. Simply we are imagining it. So this is not correct one. That is called as vivarta vada. So this is the main theory explained by Vedanta Darshanakara. That is specially Advaita Vedantas. And Mula Tattva Brahma, he is said as a Nitya, Eka, Vibhu, and Swayam Nirakara and Niravaya Yukta. So they not gave any size and shape to the Parabrahma. The Maya is the Parameshwara Bija Shakti. Because of touching with the Maya only, Brahma is able to produce this universe. So Maya, now we'll talk about Maya. This is also one of the important concepts we'll get in Tattva Mimamsa of the Advaita. Maya, it is having two Shakti, that is Avarana and Vikshepa. Avarana means covering. So it covers the real Swarupa. Because of that covering, we are not able to understand the things. Because of that covering, we are not realizing the hidden things. Avarana is one Shakti, and Vikshepa means showing a new Swarupa only. So, even it is covering that original thing, and it is showing a new things only, like Sarpa and Rajju. Rajju is actually original, it is not snake. Rajju is the original rope only. But because of our illusion, it is showing us as a Sarpa, the live Sarpa, like that feeling it is showing. So two Shaktis the Maya is having, covering and showing a new thing. So Jiva is considered as the Karma Phala Bhokta. So when this Atma is like Anurupa, they said, it is of three avastha: Jagrata avastha, Swapna avastha and Sushupta avastha. Three avasthas of the Atma they have said in this concept. And also they explained about the Panchakoshas. Because of when we realize this Panchakoshas about us, this is Panchakoshas are Annamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. So when we realize about these Panchakoshas also, we'll get the realization. And about Sushti Tattva, what they are explaining, Advaita. Sushti Tattva, Sushti is a Nitya Parivartana Shila. So daily it will be transforming. So because this is, even though it is illusion, but we are changing, seeing the changes every time. It is Mithya one. And as per Taittiriya Upanishad, one of the important concepts, the Srishti Utpatti Krama, so that Panchikarana Siddhanta, they explained. Taittiriya Upanishad Panchamahabhutatve, everyone know that Tasmadva etasvad atmanaha akasha sambhutaha. Akasha is origin by the Atma, that is Paramatma. So after performing the Akasha, Akashad Vayu, Vayor Agni, Agner Apaha, Adabhyaha Prithvi, Prithvyad Annam, Annat Retasam, Retasaha Purusha. This is the Srishti Utpatti, will get explanation in the Taittiriya Upanishads. So in this manner, Srishti Utpatti has taken place. Because base for the Vedanta Darshana is the Upanishads only. So this concept they very nicely they explain with the help of Panchikarana Siddhanta. The Panchikarana Siddhanta, it is they explain in the 5 stages. First, that will be if you take one Prithvi Mahabhuta Anu, that atom of one Prithvi Mahabhuta if you take, there will be energy will start inside the spandana of the Shakti of that Prithvi Mahabhuta will start. It will start trying to divide in 2 halls. So one Anu, it is trying to split into 2. That initiation will start in the first stage. In second stage, it will give a mark, that 2 division you are seeing, that marking only you are seeing. In third stage, it will separately completely divide into 2 parts, that atom. Then in fourth stage, the one part will remain as it is, and the other half part again divide into 4 parts, that is one for each, that half part. Then last fifth stage, they combine, the Prithvi Mahabhuta will combine with the other 4 Mahabhuta 1/8 part, the half hall which is divided into 4 parts. No, that 1/8 part they combine to one, that Prithvi Mahabhuta. Half part will remain as the Prithvi Mahabhuta, and 1/8 part of the each other remaining Mahabhuta they combine. And this Sukshma Rupa atoms, because still it is in a very Sukshma Rupa, we can't see it. When these again these prepared anus will combine together, then only sthula rupa we are able to see, even though this is the illusion because of our avarana, it is we are feeling all those things. So this is the panchikirana siddhanta explained by the Vedanta Darshanakara. And Trivida Satta means to know the Brahma Jnana. So they explained about the Trivida Satta. So like Pratibhasika Satta, Vyavaharika Satta and Paramarthika Satta. So Pratibhasika Satta means it is, so we feel that is a real one, Pratibhasika, in present, like we are seeing it as it is real, it is like that we feel in this Pratibhasika Satta. So it is just a Abhasa Matra, like Mruga Marichika, Akasha Kusuma, what examples will get, no? Vandhya Putra. So it is not actually real, just but we are having those words. This is but Abhasa Matra, it is not real one. So like Rajju and Sarpa, Shukti and Rajat, these are like Abhasa only. That is Pratibhasika Satta. So this we have to realize. This is the first stage of realization of the Brahma Jnana. The second stage, Vyavaharika. So Vyavaharika means Vyavaharartha Padartha, like Dharma, that Rupa, Nama, everything, what we are praying, doing the puja of that Murti and all. So that is also just, this is because of our illusion only, we only created. This in Vyavaharartha, what day to day life we are Vidhi Vidhanas doing, if understanding that realization, that's the second stage. Sorry. Paramarthika. Lastly, Brahmadhyana, getting the third stage is the Brahmadhyana Prapti. Seeing the Jagat with the Jnana Drishti. So, Jnana Drishti, which is Satya, which is Asatya, all the Indriyas are Mithya, all the Sharira is Mithya. That truth realization is in the last stage, that is Paramarthika stage. When we get this stage, we'll realize the Atma Sakshatkara and we'll get, as the Mithya means it is not Asat, it is Anirvachaniya, they said. In Vedanta, Anirvachaniya, it is not able to talk about that things what is happening inside. Anirvachaniya, Vachana se hum bata nahi sakte, Boli se hum bol nahi sakte. That is called. Here Mithya means not Asat, not existing, we should not consider here. Mithya means Brahma, which is we are seeing. Anirvachaniya, we cannot explain it with the proper wordings and all. This explanation will get in the Tattva-mīmamsa of the Advaita. Then Vivartavada, I already explained. This is one important concept to know about the Srishti Utpatti and all what we are feeling. It is real one. So Vivarta, this we. Next, Jnana-mīmamsa. Jnana-mīmamsa. So when we see the Shankaracharya's Advaita Vedanta, there they accepted the 6 pramanas. Those are Pratyaksha, Anumana, Upamana, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi and Shabda Pramana. Shankaracharya explained these 6 pramanas to understand the Brahmadhyana, illusion. So why Srishti Utpatti is like we are feeling it. With the help of these pramana, he is trying to explain the things. This we study Advaita. Are the main Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha to achieve this aim, especially Moksha Prapti. For that purpose, they said Ananda Rupa Brahma Prapti and Shoka Nivritti Moksha. This Brahma Jnana Prapti is the ultimate aim of the Advaita Vedanta Darshan. Dhyana is the only one thing which helps to get a Moksha Prapti. They gave importance to Dhyana. Jiva is the nothing but the Satchidananda, means Sat Chit Anandatmaka Brahma Rupa. The Jiva, what we are seeing here, this is the Rupa of Sat, means it is Jiva. Achit means Ananda, means the Atma Rupa, the Parabrahma. So this is Satchit Ananda Brahma Rupa is the thing, but it is not anything else. It is a Satchit Ananda. Only with the Atma Jnana only we can realize the truth. This Ajnana, the Brahma, Mithya Jnana, because of Ajnana. We not want to know about the things which is Ajnana. Because of that lack of knowledge only we are believing all these Mithya, illusion and all. So that Ajnana Karana, what all the things to, because of the Sanchita Karma and Prarabdha Karma, because of the Sanchiyamana Karma. This is because of these main. Sanchita karma means presently. So what presently we are doing the Shubha Ashubha karma. Because of Sanchita karma, we are in the Ajnana Vashrupa. We are believing all these things. So Prarabdha karmas. Prarabdha karma means in previous life what we have done the Shubha Ashubha karma. Because of that Ashubha karma phala, we are in the illusion. We are in the Ajnana. And Sanchiyamana means in future, in Bhavishya, if any Shubha Ashubha karma phalas are going to be happen. That because of these three, Sanchita, Prarabdha and Sanchiyamana karma only, people are in Ajnana because lack of knowledge. Sadhana marga for moksha they explained as the Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. These three are the tools to get the moksha prapti. Shravana means Atmadhyana. By the Guru Vachana, any we have to listen the Guru words who are giving a realization of the life. That we have to take a lesson from the Guru. That is Shravana. Shravana means listening. We are hearing the words of the Guru. After listening, we have to do Manana with the Yukti and Tarka. The Tarka of that and Yukti Purvaka we have to. So this is the Manana. And Nididhyasana means Satata. Daily we have to follow this also. Nirantara Chintana we have to do about this. Okay, what I learned is till now I am in the illusion. So I have to take realization of the life truth. Why I am here. Only this is I am the Amsha Parabrahma. I am not separate from them. Like that we have to start doing. So this Manana and Nididhyana by this Brahma Sakshatma will takes place. And for this karma nishta and jnana nishta both are essential. By yoga abhyasa, dhyana, satsanga, japa, all those things we can reach this goal. So this is explained, and one important thing explained by the Shankaracharya is Tattvamasi. Tat Tvam Asi. Tat means Brahma, Tvam means I am, Asi means I am present. So Brahma is present in me only. Understanding this concept will help you to reach goal. Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi means Tat Tvam Asi. Brahma is present in me only. The Ishvara Tattva is present in me only. I am not separate entity. I am the one who with the Brahma only. This is Tattvamasi is the important concept explained by the Vedanta Darshana. And one more important, Aham Brahmasmi. Once we will get realization of the truth, Aham, मैं, Brahmasmi, मैं ही Brahma हूँ. That knowledge. This is not Ahankara. Means the God is with me only. So I am not like that. Understanding this concept, Aham Brahmasmi. So all the things, universal truth, what is? It's just illusion. So I am the one who is Brahma. I am not a separate entity. Like that, understanding this concept, the Tattvamasi and Aham Brahmasmi. When we realize this truth, we'll get a Nishreyasa. This is all about Advaita Vedanta Tattva and Jnana Mimamsa and Achara Mimamsa. So Dvaita also, so they consider as the two, Dvaita, Prakriti and Purusha are separate identity. Brahma, Parabrahma is separate and Jivatma is separate. Like that they believe, Dvaita. So this is also called as Brahma Sampradaya. This concept came from the Vayudeva. Vayudeva later to Hanumanta. Hanumanta to Bhima. Bhima to Ananda Tirthacharya. In this sequence, this Dvaita Sampradaya came to the earth. That is Ananda Tirtha Acharya only. He became a Madhvacharya later. He named as the Madhvacharya. He is from Udupi. He is from the 11th century. He wrote Bhashya on all the Prasthanatrayas, Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad and Brahma Sutra, all the three Prasthanatrayas. He also wrote the Madhvacharya also wrote 3 Bhashya. After this Madhvacharya, Jayatirtha Acharya, Vyasatirtha Acharya, Raghuttama Tirtha Acharya, Vanamali Mishra, all these important acharyas comes in Dvaita Vedanta Darshana. So here in Dvaita they explained the 10 padarthas, tattvas, tattva mimamsa of Dvaita Siddhanta. They explained 10 padarthas, that is Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Vishishta, Amshi, Shakti, Sadrishya and Abhava. And Dravya 20 types are there like that they believe. Karma means Vihita Karma, Nishiddha Karma, Udasina, everything again we'll get the explanation about these 10 padartha only. When we realize this 10 padartha, these are going to help to get the truth of the life, the self realization. These understanding these padarthas, these are the important tattvas explained by the Dvaita Mata. Then Shakti, they gave importance to Shakti. This is, they consider as the one padartha. Shakti means Achinta Shakti, Adheya Shakti, Sahaja Shakti and Pada Shakti. The four varieties they explain. And Paramatma they said as a Sakshat Vishnu only. Vishnu is the person who is said as a Paramatma, not other people. Only Sakshat Vishnu itself is a Paramatma. And Ananta Gunavana and Sarvadnya. So for Utpatti Sthiti Laya, he is the responsible. Vishnu, Lord Vishnu is the responsible for the this universe, like that they believed. And also said as a Lakshmi concept. Lakshmi is the Shakti of Paramatma. And about Jiva, they said as a Ajnana, Moha, Dukkha, Bhaya, Dosha, Yukta, all these, because of this doshas only, the this Ajnana we are having. So Pramanas they accepted only 3 Pramanas. In Jnana Mimamsa they accepted and explained about the Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana and Agama Pramana or Shabda Pramana. These 3 Pramanas are only explained by the Dvaita Madhvacharya. In Achara Mimamsa, same thing, the sadhanas they also gave the Shravana, Manana, Dhyana. In Advaita we said as a Nididhyasana. Here Dhyana they have given the word different here. Shravana, Manana, Dhyana. These 3 tools help us to get a moksha. So to understand this moksha prapti, 5 pancha bheda jnana they have given. So that when we understand Ishvara and Jiva are separate. Ishvara Jiva Bheda, Jiva Jada Padartha Bheda, one Jiva and another Jiva, both are separate, and one Jada Vastu and another Jada Vastu are separate. When we realize this one, the separate 2 identity, these 5 Bheda, when we understand, we'll get moksha prapti. This is the theory explained by the Dvaita Madhvacharyas. The moksha prapti, the 4 types they have told here: Karmakshaya, Utkranti, Avirodha Marga and Bhoga. Here Bhoga means not Karmapala Bhoga. Here Bhoga means entering in the Sharira of the God and enjoying that. That is called as Bhoga here. So when we get the moksha prapti, that Bhoga, we have to enjoy that when we enter into the God's Sharira, then enjoying that, entering of that God Sharira, that is called as Bhoga according to Dvaita. So this is all about Vedanta Darshana. So hope I little bit at least try to explain, because the Vedanta Darshana is a too vast and very deep one. For being an Ayurvedic person, I am not that much expert to explain about the Darshana. Still, how much is necessary for our study purpose, I try to explain it. Hope this is useful. So here like influence or significance or on Ayurveda and Vedanta Darshana, if you want to, that time you have to mention the about the Vivartavada. So in Ayurveda also, like Hetvabhasa concept is explained, and Dvaita Mata, Dravya Guna Karma, the same concepts explained even in the Ayurveda also. All those things you can explain. Even Brahma word you were seeing in the many text of this Chikitsasana and all. Even Narayana Churna, Vishnu Sahasranama Patana in the Jara Chikitsa, everywhere we are getting about the explanation about the Vishnu, Narayana or Brahma, Ishvara Tattva, everything we are explaining. So such which are explained in the Advaita and Dvaita Vedanta Darshana, some of the important concepts we are even seeing in the Ayurveda Darshana. This is all about the Astika Darshanas. Here we completed the Shad Darshanas. Since from 3 weeks we are talking about the Astika Darshanas only. Hope it is useful for you people. Thank you.